April 2nd, 2024, police responded after a bus driver reportedly pushed a student to the floor during a school drop-off.
So my name is Officer Davis, SRO Francis from Townsend. We conducted the interview process today on 4/3 at approximately 10:27 hours, okay? So I am just going to go over your Miranda warnings. You do have the right to remain silent. Do you understand this, right?
Yeah. What? Why would I need to be silent?
In case you don't
I thought it was like an interview.
It is, but just we're just going over our bases just going over your
rights. So would it be better
rights.
for me to be silent? I don't think so, right?
Again, we're just here to get your side of the story in regards to what happened. But again, I'm just going over your rights.
Okay.
So you have the right to remain silent. You understand this, right?
I think I do, yeah.
Anything you say can be used against you at trial. Do you understand this, right?
Yeah.
You have the right to an attorney. Do you understand this, right?
Yeah.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the Commonwealth at no expense. And again, just to let you know, you are free to go at any time if you no longer want to answer questions, okay? Again, so we're just going over that just so you understand that. So do you want to just explain kind of what had happened yesterday in regards to the events?
So what happened was, so we're on our way home, and of course the kids are always fooling around in the back, swearing, jumping up and down. This particular kid he's always, instead of sitting in the seat, he's always got his feet across the seat and playing his music, and I was telling him to sit down, blah, blah, blah.
What kid is that?
What is his name? There's a little group with them in the back. So then of course it's a distraction. I'm trying to keep the rest of the kids safe and drive the bus as safe as possible. I tried my best to do that. They were, at one point, I think they were fighting in the back. I don't know who.
Okay.
But then they were jumping around, being loud, and we're coming up, what is that, Lower Foster? Is that Lower Foster coming up?
Okay.
I think.
If you're heading back towards town, that's Lower Foster.
Lower Foster.
Upper Foster.
Lower Foster. And they were jumping around some more and yelling, and so I up a couple of seats. I figured that 2 more minutes he would have been home. And then, of course, I did a stupid thing, and I went and kind of helped him up. I figured that was going to be enough. He got up, and then he put his hands on the bench, and I was like, what? And he's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you? I'm like, come on, just grab the next seat. No. And then it escalated from there, and unfortunate events happened after that. I think I spun him around, kind of like, okay, I just got to drive these guys home. We'll deal with it in the morning, go to the principal and tell my dispatcher, and we'll figure it out. And then here I am.
After the suspect concluded his explanation, investigators turned their attention to verifying his account against department policy and onboard video footage. What that review was about to reveal would shift the focus from a routine disciplinary incident to a decision carrying far more serious consequences.
Okay. And have you had previous issues with him?
Just the jumping around, yelling, screaming, swearing, that kind of nonsense that all the kids do. Okay. Not all the kids, but the kids in like 7th, 8th grade-ish. Okay. I want to say. I try to keep them as safe as I can, but obviously it was an unfortunate. It escalated so quickly. Yeah. It was like, and I thought, oh my God, I just gotta go drop these guys off. And then when I dropped them off, somebody was there, some lady. I don't know if it was his mom, but she's giving me the effing, outside the bus. I'm thinking, these kids don't need to see this. So I quickly let them off, and then continued dropping off. And that was the end of the route.
Okay.
Oh, and then I did elementary.
Okay, and then did you notify your dispatch?
When I get back, she called me, because they must have called her right away. And of course, you can't answer your phone when you're driving. That's against the law. So I didn't do that. She dispatched me and said, I think she said, talk to me when you get here or something like that. Filled out an accident report. That's what I thought this was. An accident report. I've never had anything like this. And then she told me to go home. Sandra D called me, said she reviewed the tape, and it was unfortunate, I guess, and said that, no, you can't come in. You can't drive. I said, okay. And then I left it at that.
Okay. After the suspect described the roadside stop and admitted he made physical contact, the officer identified inconsistencies in the sequence of events. The focus shifted to whether the student posed an immediate safety threat or whether the suspect's response exceeded policy, prompting a direct and critical follow-up question.
So what made you again, what yesterday that you wanted him to come up front?
Because he was the one jumping around from seat to seat.
Okay.
And, every time somebody's got this big mirror, and every time somebody's jumping around, you look up. And as I'm looking up, I'm watching this, and I ain't watching this.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Luckily, I didn't get into an accident.
No, of course. Yeah, of course.
I don't want any, I don't even want the problems.
No, I totally understand. I mean, I see you drive around town all the time. I don't see you driving any aggressive or anything like that.
I try to keep them as safe as I can. Again, it escalated so fast. I'm still like.
Yeah. So you thought.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, you see something, you look up. I thought it was him.
Yeah.
And then when I asked him to move, he'd lay down on the seat saying, "What did I do? What did I do?" Giving me all that. And I was like, come on. Usually it's, come on, and they quickly get up and move. And all he has to do is move a couple of seats so he wasn't in the back anymore. And then it escalated from there, and unfortunate, because I touched him, that was wrong. Then when I tried to go, when he got up, finally, I thought he was just going to go to the next seat, which would have been great. But no, that wasn't. Then it escalated from there, and it was unfortunate from that point. Okay. Then I realized, in your head, I realized, this is stupid. I just go top him off. Just deal with it tomorrow.
Okay.
And that was it.
The suspect acknowledged losing control during the incident, illustrating how quickly situations on a school bus can escalate. Officers noted that even brief physical contact with a student can carry serious consequences, making each decision critical in maintaining safety and following protocol.
All right. So do you have any questions for me?
What happens now? I mean, I've never been in trouble before.
So I'm just going to conclude the investigation, and I'll be honest with you, from the video that we have.
Yeah, you guys seen the video?
Yeah, we've got the video now, and the next steps most likely going to happen is take out charges for simple assault and battery.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So you'll just receive a summons to court, and it's going to be handled at court from now. So you're not going to get arrested. That's not going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you in regards to that. And like you mentioned, it escalated quickly. That you shouldn't have placed your hands on them. Mm-hmm. I did confirm with your school bus company that there's no policy for any type of restraint or anything like that you're allowed to touch the students in different scenarios, right?
Right.
So nothing like that. So, and I don't want to blindside you that something you receive in the mail, most likely it, like you said, it escalated quickly. It'll just get forwarded to the court, and the court will go from there, and you'll just have to receive a summons to court.
The suspect now fully understands the potential consequences of his actions. With the case moving forward, investigators are focused on gathering all details to determine what comes next and what questions still need answers. What emerges from this next phase could change how the incident is viewed.
What usually happens? I mean, I already know I already know I'm not driving anymore. So I'm 64. I'm going to be 65 in July.
Yeah.
And I was probably pretty much all done anyways.
Yeah. And I mean, I spoke to your bus company. You've been there for almost 10 years, impeccable record. Yeah, they said that 2015, you started school year September 2015, so that school year. No issues, no incidents, nothing to report on.
Usually it's all little stuff.
But again, I don't want you to be blindsided when you receive a summons in the mail to go to court and explain it. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I've been on the job since July, so a lot of stuff that I'm coming up on my first time as well, right? So again, I don't know what's going to happen at the court. Again, based on my initial investigation, it is a simple assault and battery, and the charge will go forward to court. You'll receive a summons in court, and the rest will be taken in court.
Okay.
Is there anything that I know you've been on the job a little longer.
No, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with like traffic stuff. If you get pulled over for criminal, misdemeanor traffic violation, you get someone's court, and then the court handles it. Again, we do our...
What court?
It's going to be Air District Court, because we're in Ashby.
Okay, Air. That's right on Main Street.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, 25 East Main Street.
So again, you clearly show remorse, and
Oh, definitely. I was just, I couldn't even believe how fast it happened. It was just.
It does. A lot of that stuff escalates fast, just like you had mentioned.
I couldn't do your job because I couldn't imagine having somebody really and you gotta do whatever you guys do. I couldn't do it.
And just like when I briefly met with you before, it's everything's quick now, right? I mean,
Right.
you like you said, the news found out,
Yeah, I went down to get my medicine. That's when you saw me coming back.
Yeah, and again, I was just trying to get your contact number because for some reason, we have just a D school bus number for you, and we have, I think, maybe an older phone number that went to someone else. So,
Okay, and they were already filming across the road. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble deep. But again, I truly am sorry. Should have never gotten that far. It should have been just quickly move, done, drive them home.
and
done.
again, and
He
it's,
just wanted to be unruly, and it just escalated from there. And I truly am sorry.
The suspect continues to show remorse, but the officer probes deeper into the sequence of events and the suspect's decision-making under pressure. Every detail could influence how authorities assess responsibility, and the next portion of the interview may reveal what prompted the escalation and what the suspect now understands about the consequences.
no, and I see the remorse, and again, your priority is their safety, right? So obviously, if we hold bus drivers to a higher standard when they're driving, right? Like, if a civilian's driving down the road, texting and driving, it's $100 fine. We catch a school bus driver texting and driving or doing anything, it's upwards of a $500 fine, right? So we hold you, and that you can't be using your phone while you're driving. That, right? So
But,
the number one
that's
goal.
why, when she dispatched, she thought I was at the elementary school already, and I was not. So.
Yeah, and again, you know that your number one priority is to
It's
make
to make sure all the kids are safe.
from point A to point B, right? And that you want to make sure that. So obviously, if kids are going to be jumping up and down, standing up while you're driving, that's not safe, and that's why you wanted to.
I wanted to stop it.
Exactly.
Just
so
stop.
again,
Get the rest of the ride home.
Yep.
Nice, calm.
yeah, and it's like you said, it's unfortunate. You show remorse. It escalated quickly. So other than that, do you have any other questions?
I really do not. I was just still like,
Yeah, no.
no sleep last night. No, I just like, oh my God. Like I said, I try to keep everybody else safe. Every once in a while, they get a little woolly, and I'll say, kids, come on, stop, whatever. And sometimes, most of the time, they stop. They're kids, they just usually stop. And usually, like I said, if it has to come to a stop, like if I had to stop, and I'll say, okay, you have to move. Usually they just get up. But he was laying down, screaming, yelling. He wanted to make a scene for his friends, and unfortunately, it escalated from that point. And it was stupid on my part. I should have just walked away and sat down. But I don't know.
Again, I mean, from talking to you and from the video, I don't see any ill intent. I think you wanted them to be safe, and that's what you were trying to do. Separate the situation, get them spread out so they were sitting down safely, so you can conduct your job in a safe manner. So
Exactly.
But I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, no problem. My brain has been at 100 miles an hour. I just can't even.
Yeah, but again, it's understandable. So that's my contact information. If you need to reach me, you can ask for me.
Okay.
From there, but I do. Again, I appreciate you coming in and answering my questions. So other than that, like I said, from our end, I didn't want to blindside you that all of a sudden you receive something in the mail, but based on where we're at, it's a simple assault and battery.
How long does that take? Am I looking for it like tomorrow? No.
That's to the court. I couldn't tell you.
The suspect was taken into custody and charged with assault and battery. Be sure to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments below.